Welcome to this conference on the ideal diet for the humans. First of all, I'm going to talk about the consequences of the bad diet, because there is 1.9 billion people who are overweight, and 7 out of 10 people who suffer chronic diseases, and 50% of the population take medication on the daily basis for the rest of their life. But why? Some people think that it's normal to eat like we do, but I think the influence of the society with the company that sell in the large quantity when we don't really want to be eating. The ideal of diet for human help to lose weight naturally and fight against chronic diseases, but some people have a negative connotation because when I say ideal diet, it's a food choice, and I think it's a food choice for everyone. Before I start, I want to tell a story of a woman who was searching the key to health and weight loss, because one day their parents have divorced, and she started to eat completely different food, but not really healthy. And that's why one day she want to start to study more about nutrition, because she was starting to get fat and lose self-esteem and self-confidence. She has opened the health and the weight loss clinic to help the other people, and she realized that the environment of ourselves creates the destiny of ourselves, and we need a healthy environment to reverse diseases, because the unhealthy environment creates disease cells, and this environment is influenced by the amount of sleep you have, the amount of stress you have, the amount of physical activities, and your diet. Our diet it's a very determining factor, a very determining factor of our destiny, and the environment determined which genes are expressed or not. And with the different scientific fields, the ideal diets for the humans have emerged.
What is the ideal diet for humans? In order to answer this question, we are going to travel back in time. The journey begins 3.5 million years ago in the rainforest of Africa, where we all come from. A major evolutionary change allowed us to become bipedal. Before that, we were knuckle walkers, just like the apes. And 1 million years later, the Ice Age caused the rainforest to shrink in size. And leading to more competition of food. So being bipedal allowed us to leave the rainforests and to move to the growing savanna grasslands. Once we reached the savannas, we needed to adapt and to do it fast. And then we started to undergo major evolutionary changes. We started to shed our body hair, our teeth became smaller, our belly diminished, and our brain doubled in size. And for such a major evolutionary change to occur, a major factor needed to change, and that factor was our food. The foods that were available on the savannas were different than the foods that were available in the rainforests. And in fact, the food that were available on the savannas allowed us to progressively lead longer and healthy lives. So, which were the food that we were eating on the savannas, allowing us to thrive as a species? If you ask most people, they'll tell you it was meat, since savannas are full with animals. However, it's lean animals with hardly any body fat and high level of protein, and when we consume them, we will develop a condition called mild caribou, which can lead to serious health problems. Furthermore, researches show that even modern hunter-gatherers are only successful in their hunting expedition only 3% of the time. And when they do finally catch an animal, they don't even share it with family members, but only share it with fellow hunters. So we were hunting for social and political issues rather than to put food on the table. Then the meat could not have been this stable food source for major evolutionary changes. So what were the foods that were found in plenitude on the savannas? Number one, grass grains. They were found in wide variety and in abundance. Also plants, root vegetables like onions, carrots, yams, beets, and cassava. Finally, fruits, nuts, and seeds were found in plenitude, but there was more competition over those because they don't grow underground.
Now we can talk about the dairy foods. So these dairy foods has emerged since 6,000 years to overcome of the scarcity of the winter. So humans start to raise cows for their milk, but humans realized that they couldn't utilize the milk because it have a high lactose level. In fact, the protein molecule from the cow's milk it's much larger than the human milk. So clever people have decided to make cheese to reduce this lactose level, but we have also other problem of the much larger molecule, like a disruption, internal wounding, bleeding, anemia, or also cancer. The discovery of the problem of the cow's milk is discovery with the disease called the kwashiorkor. This disease is the consequence of processed grain of the staple food of the population, particularly in the African population, and this disease develop a protein deficiency. We can also talk about the research of Professor Marcus Feldman of Stanford University, and he say in this research that all humans have a DNA sequence 99.9% identical, and our DNA sequence are also similar to prehistoric forefathers. So he concludes that we need the same diet to our forefathers. So this diet is composed to whole grains, vegetable, legume, and clean water. So it's the cheapest diet. So he said that he have two advantages. So it's the cheapest diet for pocket and is the cheapest diet for planet. So with this diet we can reduce gas emission, deforestation, and the pollution of water, air, and soil. But the final making choice is the taste. So I want to lie with you, and unnatural foods, processed foods, or meat with a lot of fats taste much better, like ideal diet with grains and vegetable. But these processed foods is designed in this way. $1 billion are put in the processed food to be the pleasurable meal. But with the ideal diet, we feel good a long time after our meal. So we can conclude that we can say the life and the dead are in the power of our food choice, and we can remember we have only one body and only one planet, and foods influence both. So it's time for health revolution, and we can all start by making better food choice. Thank you very much.